go. Let him push, make it throw, and watch it ricochet.
A Compton legend for your ears right there, MC8, featuring some scratches from DJ Premier. It's called The Rain. This is Juice Radio's Fresh Juice. You can call me D Money. You can find me on the Twitter at DMoneyJuice. And we got a special guest who's a Northwest legend in his own right. He used to be known as D.Black, formerly of Sportn Life Records, and then he somehow retired like most rappers, He came back! Now he goes by the government name Nissim. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing well. Yeah, Nissim is it's my Hebrew name. And,
okay.
Yeah. I guess also at this point pretty soon it'll be my government name as well. But,
okay, so it's not yet? So
not yet, but it is my Hebrew name. Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
And I guess my stage name at this point.
Right?
Yeah.
Are you planning on changing it to like Nissim Black, or is it staying Nissim?
No, it's still Nissim Black.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, exactly. How was your New Year's?
My New Year's, you know what? My New Year's actually happened sometime around September, I think, this year. Was it September, October this year? So it's a little bit different. The Jewish New Year's on Rosh Hashanah, so it's a little bit different. So I'd be lying if I told you like I had this big blast or anything. Sat at home with my wife and hung out.
Right.
I mean, and by the time, I think I was in the middle of praying by the time New Year's had happened. And no wonder why I just felt this major urge, and it was going on, and I just was feeling like there were bombs going off. That's because there were, and it was right at the brink. It was almost 12 o'clock, and I'm in the middle, of like this zoning out. I'm in deep meditation, right, and bombs start going off. So I thought, I was doing something. And I looked around, and there were actually, it was 11:59 or so. So that's what I did. I'm riding New Year's in meditation.
Hey, that's dope. Yeah, I mean, you gotta open up the year right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you've actually gotten a lot of love for bringing faith in your music.
Yeah, well, I guess so. I will hope so. You never know how things like that are gonna go, because it's so many different people, and everybody has a different opinion about. And my thing is I'm not pushy. You know what I mean? Right. My thing is I'm gonna deal with issues that everybody can feel. Everybody's going through. The same exact thing. So in my music, I try not to bombard people with religion or any of those other things, because that's what it is. It's religion. If you do something 10 times, 30 times, it's a religion. So it's more so about spirituality and spiritual awareness. Which as human beings, being spiritual beings, we all can connect to that, right?
Definitely.
I try to even when I write, and I do go into my meditation before I write, I try to think of things that is going to connect with whoever the audience is, more so than just me. Now, maybe for a few friends or something, if I, but when I'm talking about for the world, I'm world elevation. It's everybody.
Right? Yeah, everyone can connect. And I know, at least locally, also Luck One does a great example of what you do as well, bringing faith into music, spirituality. But let's touch on the hot button issue. Why did you retire? Why?
Okay. So it was just for that. It's more so faith. It was that. It was that yearning to desperately be connected spiritually in a place. And the thing is that anything, and it wasn't just music. It's almost anything that connects itself to the physical world. You have to get away from it for a little bit, apart from the things I couldn't, like my wife and my children, of course. But I wanted that experience to, completely be like, I'm shutting myself off from the world, and I'm gonna focus on things that that hold a very high value to me in my life. At the time, that was my spirituality, my wife, and my daughter. I think she was maybe 1 or 2 at the time. She's now 4. I have another boy. And so it was something at that time where I just had this deep yearning to do something. And at the time, music in itself, and especially the way the industry was going, and dealing with it, it's just what it is. It seems as though it's something contrary to the spiritual world, but really, I know you haven't got there yet, but the reason why I came back is because I only went on a journey to find out that it's the most spiritual thing that there possibly is. Like, how could I not run? I made a U-turn almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the same reason why I left is the same reason I came back.
That's real right there. And that might be the same about most rappers who quit too.
Yeah. But you know what? It is very important. I have no regrets. I needed the time away. I feel like right now I don't believe it's anything of myself. You know what I mean? I try to be as you know. I don't know what the word is. I try to take everything with a lot of humility and different things. But I feel like, for me personally, as an artist and as an MC, I'm making the best music I've ever made before in my life. You know what I mean? And I know there's other things that people connected to, and as of what I released, it's only been 2 songs, but my record's already finished. Yeah. We're already mixing that. And I'm about 4 songs away from finishing a mixtape. And just to hear the things that are flowing and coming out of me, you know what I mean? Like I said, I go into these meditations because I really want to connect with people. I want to connect with the audience, you know what I mean? I'm not on a mission to proselytize or to do anything like that, but I want to touch people's souls, you know what I mean? With the music, because that's what it's there for. And that's what it does. It's going to do it anyway. So, you know what I mean? If I have, 3 minutes, 4 minutes of your time, I'm not gonna, talk to you about shooting anybody or anything else. I'm gonna talk to you about something that's gonna uplift you. There's enough the other stuff.
Right. Talk about what's on your heart. I mean, that's what the listener will really connect to.
Exactly. Right. Real recognize real.
Right.
That's a true statement, no matter where it's at. Right.
So even when you did do the retirement and it hit everyone, it was almost like it dropped a rock on the Northwest scene. Oh, Nissim's retiring? Was there that plan to really come back in a couple of years?
No,
absolutely I'm done completely, really.
To be honest, if you contacted me 5 months ago, it's still been the same thing.
Oh, yeah?
To be honest, no, I completely had a major awakening that happened, and when it hit me quick. Like I said, 5 months ago, I finished, like I said, we're right now mixing on a record. 5 months ago, I didn't have anything recorded for this out, and nor did I know I was doing it. So, you know what I mean? So, like I said, when it hit me hard, and it was like, I don't know really what I would call. I almost had I had a very weird experience. Yeah. And which I've shared in some other places, but that experience brought me into this, and in addition to my bro here and other people just saying this is something that we need to do, but I didn't want to listen to Flesh and Blood. I just couldn't do it because that's not why I left. Right. So I had to really get into a place, and I always value, of course, his opinion and more than anybody's, my wife's. Just, you know what I mean? Right. But it was something where, a light went on, and it wasn't like one of those things like, okay, I got to start this. I don't know. Everything that has happened completely by divine providence. Everything the music, everything I shouldn't been able to make the records that I made. I shouldn't be able to be sitting with it, comfortably musically with my career. I have a situation that I didn't know how that was gonna come about. Yeah. All I did was say yes, and doors opened up, and it's like it gave me the opportunity. So if anybody, of course they see or hear whatever the music that I'm making, they'll see that I'm making that effort to connect with people. And you read my blog at Nissim.tumblr.com, NissimOfficial.tumblr.com.
Official, right?
Yeah. I have to do that. There's other Nissims. I ran into that with D.Black already. Well, I was going about that. Yeah, there's other D.Blacks. You got to kind of separate yourself a little bit. Right. And the Nissim Official brought to me, it sounds actually very arrogant. I didn't like it at first, but I just thought that, it'd be something, it's cool enough, it's young enough, that, kids will like it, whatever.
Yeah. Got to connect with the kids.
Yeah, so, but yeah, I'm telling my story. I'm being very, very active about, ideas and opinions that I have. This is what it is, freedom of speech. And we are the people. So,
I thought it was kind of interesting too that your moment of awakening to come back also happened on Sportn Life's 10th anniversary.
it was near that time. You know what? So let me say that at least. So when I got hit up from D, that was They planning this anniversary for a whole year, so I already knew a year ahead that I was gonna do it. I didn't know how, what, or when, or what it was gonna look like.
Right.
Because that was my first time on stage in 2 years. I haven't been on the stage in 2 years, and to go out there.
How was that coming back to the stage after like 2 years?
Man, it felt good. It felt really good, and I guess I was hard on myself because I'm like, oh no, I could have did this, I could have did that, but my phone was ringing off the hook, and I was getting calls the next day telling everybody just like, oh man, it was awesome, and I thought that was, it was good, but
right.
I'm a little tired out there, man. To be completely honest, man, sit up there and I only did 25 minute set, you know what I mean? And I've never been the smallest guy or anywhere near, but I haven't been that tired in a long time. But I guess it was due to me, after 2 years being on the stage and remembering all those rhymes. I didn't start listening to my record again till like a week before. I just haven't heard nothing. I
can dig it.
So it was definitely an experience, but to have that camaraderie and to be with my bros again after a while, I mean, that was just beautiful. It's priceless. You can't, you know what I mean? We all, and everybody's grown so much.
Right.
And everybody's in their own, and it was just a beautiful thing for us to all get back together again. So, really wonderful time for us. Yeah.
So how come you're not getting back together with Sportn Life? I heard that you're kind of parting ways.
Yeah,
or?
No. So what happened is me and my brother Yosef is also here. Shout out to Yosef. Or big up. I don't know what's the new thing they say. Anyway, I'm talking like an old man. I'm like 26.
I'm older than you.
Hey, I know. Yeah, I know. So it wasn't necessarily like a break-off thing because I'm still working with Devon, and Devon's still handling management for me. I'm in my guy Z Grashin, so it's not like I'm still working with Devon. Okay. The thing is with Sportn Life, it was one of those things that when I made the conscious decision that I had to come back to rhyming, it was one of those things where not only is it no longer am I D.Black, because really I am. I'm a different person. I'm not the same guy that I was then. I'm in the same shell, but I'm not the same person, individual. My ideas are different. My thoughts are different. My my perspective on things are different. And it was more so one of those things that even talking to my spiritual leaders and guides is one of those things that it has to be a big distinction from who I was before and who I am now. Obviously I can't change my voice, and I didn't lose the 185 pounds I wanted to lose before I decided to do this. But where you really would have been a distinction. But it was one of those things where I have to separate myself and create something anew. You know what I mean? And so it's like I said, it's absolutely nothing personal. There was no bad blood. Me and D were still cool. Like I said, he still works with me. He's still handling management for me and different things like that. But we started our own company, Ahmed, and with that, which means Path of Truth.
How do you spell that?
It's in English. In English is ORACHEMET, and if you put a dot and then a comma, you guys can also go online and check it out. But one of the things we wanted to be able to do was kind of step out a little bit and push, and because one of the things is that when you're dealing or when you're partnering with other people, it I guess it would say to the average person that everybody shares common interests and they have the same ideas and same goals, and that's not the case, especially with me, and so by me coming back and doing things, we have to sort of create our own thing, our own team. We have our own, so that's more so what it is. Like I said, completely nothing personal. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Still alive.
We're gonna touch on this album, but actually we're gonna play your cut before then.
Okay.
So we're gonna get to Unbelievable, right?
Unbelievable.
What can you say about this track right here?
Unbelievable was produced by my bro Yosef, and it is a very uplifting song. I know when he first sent it to me, and I was just like vibing to it because of the the mood. It gets you in the mood. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's uplifting.
right.
And I it was one of those things where I didn't know what track I was gonna release after Ricochet and I felt like with Ricochet, although I love the song, I'm rapping a lot slower. Like, you know what I mean? It kind of sounds like the whole thing, but you know, more with the record, it's high energy. Everything's driving. So I wanted to put out Unbelievable because it was going to display the fact that, you know, I'm not back here in Nissim. I could rap a little faster, a little bit more up, you know what I mean? So it was one of those things where I was, at the same time that it has this energy, I want to bring this energy and this driving, you know, thing from not only on the music side but also, you know, vocally as well. So, and the song, if I delve into the meaning of the song, Unbelievable is a song of encouragement to anybody who, you know, people do these things where they do this thing, where they look at themselves and they don't really realize how many steps that they've grown in the direction of which they wanted to go. And they do have these goals, and a lot of people, they don't stop to tell them, give themselves a little pat on the back. Look at what you already have done. You know what I mean? Right. And we need to all be conscious of that because that's the only way you're going to get further. But if you never give yourself credit and you're always telling yourself, you know, I'm not going to be, or there's no way I can make it to this, you know, pause, stop, breathe, and look at what you are. It's unbelievable. It's remarkable. It's a miracle, even. You know what I mean? That you were able to take a step. A lot of people don't get to take those steps. You know what I mean? A lot of people take steps backwards. And so I felt like the song and its meaning, you know, unbelievable, it speaks to everybody, you know. So.
All right, we're going to play a couple tracks, including your Unbelievable joint, and when we get back, we're going to talk a little bit about this album. Throwing in a little bit of some smooth R&B. Name's Javante. This is Juice Radio's Fresh Juice. My name's D-Money. Juice Radio streams live at GoJuiceRadio.com and free on our TuneIn app. Javante's actually worked with the TDE folks, Kendrick and Ab-Soul. That one's called Supernova. We still got Nissim in the building right here. And you're working towards a comeback album, right? Yeah.
I guess so. I struggle with that early on. Is you know, when asking myself that question, you know, it's a big question. Is this a comeback album?
Right.
Or is this
a new complete
debut album?
This is my debut album.
My debut album. You know, I lean more towards it being a debut album, but people, I guess I let the people call it whatever it is.
Right.
The people that care, and then there's a whole world of people that don't even know who I am or what I was. So
they're about to be introduced for the first time.
They'll be introduced for the first time. So, it's I've just been having the time of my life, really. You know, it's one of those things where. I don't know how people are going to feel about it, but I didn't reach out to the normal lineup. I didn't go to Vitamin or anything on it. We did everything ourselves, myself and then my bro Yosef. We did everything ourselves. So that's one of those things where it's like it's been a collaborative effort. I've reached out to other people to come and play strings and bass and other things like that on it. But it's going to be a very interesting to see how people react to it. But I think you know, on the music tip, it's coming from a whole nother world. You know what I mean? The spirituality of it is going to be crazy. I don't know. What do you want to know?
I'm kind of curious if you have a title to it.
It's self-titled.
Okay.
It's just Nissim. Honestly, I didn't even think of that idea. Yosef brought it to my attention. Even before I knew I was going to do it. But I think that it you know, like we just said, I thought of this as a debut album. So this is I am something new. So it's Nissim. It's like here I am, and this you have a Nissim, and in Hebrew means miracles.
Okay.
So if anything, you know, it's about, you know, you'll hear it even in the music. There's a few things that I'm hinting to that, you know, these are miracles. I have a song on there called Faith, and you know, that ends in a miracle. I have a song called Miracles. You know what I mean? And so it's more so about that because I figure, you know, like I was telling you, this awakening that I had that aroused my soul and told me to, you know, come back to music. I was really pulled back into this. That to me was a miracle because, like I said, 6 months ago, I just wasn't even in my brain.
It just came up on you.
I wasn't even thinking about it. So when I look at that, And looking back on my life and everything who I am and what I am, I thought that Nissim was appropriate for the record.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Any release date planned for it?
We don't want to start talking about release dates. Still dealing with. Right now, we're in very strong talks with Finn Records.
Okay. They are good people.
Very
definitely.
good people. I mean, just.
You got to shout out Pinder real quick.
Shout out to Pinder. Yeah, absolutely. Actually, Pinder was supposed to come to the studio the other day, but we ain't gonna talk about it. I know what happened to him. Anyway, bro. Just even with him, just what they're doing there. I mean, it's just beyond me. You think of I couldn't think of a better place or a better home for any artist. That wants to do something or that's done something in the past or in my situation trying to revive the career or
right.
you know what I mean, just whatever it is, I just think that they are making moves and they are a force to be reckoned with. You know what I mean? I think
right.
we're looking at something that's going to give Sub Pop a kick in the butt. You know what I mean?
They need some competition.
No, they do need some competition, and they're obviously a very, very great label as well.
Oh yeah.
But it's something about film, and you go and you meet the people, you meet the office, X. All these people are just, you know what I mean? It's like, where'd you people come from? You got into, you know what I mean? Just two beautiful groups. So, for us, best place and best home for us, most definitely. So, and shout out to Pinder as well. He also, I just seen that he was listed again the top 12 artists in the Northwest.
Yeah, actually, the Freshest in the Northwest that we dropped back in June. He was number 2 actually, and there there was a rising conversation where the mathematics put Pinder ahead of Macklemore. So there was a lot of fallout about that. DJ Hyphen walked out of the room. Yeah,
well, I mean. Like I said, and I haven't been in too much in touch, but I've spoken to Mac, you know what I mean, since his first week and things like that. I mean, I think you're dealing with a guy like Mac. He doesn't. I mean, at this point, he doesn't care.
Yeah,
so he's not mad. He's not gonna walk out the room. So that's, I guess at that point.
Leave that for DJ Hyphen.
The hyphenator, man. But I feel where Hype's coming from too, because right. I mean, if you look at it, I don't want to get into anything controversial, but absolutely, I mean, if you're looking at numbers, Mac is ahead of the game. But at the same time, in their own right, when you're looking at, when I seen it today, I seen something online out on The Stranger, and Mac's picture wasn't even on there. I seen was Pinder, The Satisfaction, I think The Physics.
Yeah.
Somebody else, I got an email, and my wife said to me, she said, "Where's Macklemore?" I said, "Macklemore is on the moon." He is in the universe.
He's on the moon.
I mean, all of us are really. I mean, you know what I mean. He's not. You know what I mean. He's out there. He's doing his thing. He's at that place. So I don't. He's a lot. Yeah. So anyway, when I seen that, I thought it was appropriate. I mean, because even though Pinder at this point, I would consider Pinder. I would definitely consider him a national artist as well.
Yeah, I think
so. Even him being on there was a little bit like, you know what I mean, because he's doing his thing. So it's sort of like, but I see, in that sense, it's like, yeah, well, okay, Pinder's on there, Macklemore's on there, because at the same time too, you have to look at it like this: is Seattle. The more Mac blows up, we're a very organic city.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the thing is, although you love to see somebody have success and all those different things, you have to think about the crowd here too. He has his fans here and there, you know what I mean? But he's crossed over from having the Northwest hip hop fans to having the world.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so with that though, sometimes you lose a lot of the hip hop, the Northwest hip hop fans.
Yeah.
Pinder still is gonna. He still got action at that because of the sound of the music, and you know what I mean. He's still very homegrown at this point. Not to say that Mac isn't. It's those are definitely different categories though.
Yeah, exactly. It made for a very great discussion.
Yeah.
And I think the timing of it especially really brought, because Pender had just dropped his debut album. Mm-hmm. Macklemore was actually being quiet at the minute.
Yeah.
Working on his next album. Yeah. Exactly, right?
I think he's been quiet for the last 3 years. I mean, I guess so. If he was physically being quiet. But yeah, whatever that means, he's being quiet. I've been hearing about him. I'm in the, even in the Jewish community, kids love this guy. So I've been hearing about him all the time. Macklemore, and just like, I won't say no. So, but absolutely. By the way, I think both very, very amazing records in their own right.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of Finn, though, is there anything on the table? Is this plans, or is this just like a wish list? I want to get with Finn.
No, absolutely no. We're moving forward, and things are in the right direction. I actually didn't talk to X or anybody, so I don't know what I should say or I couldn't say. Yeah. But things are moving in the right direction, and more than likely that's the home. That's our home. So, yeah.
And you got anybody else on the album other than Pender for features?
No. Pender was coming through to actually listen, to take a listen and to hang out, because, like I said, that's my bro.
Right.
Actually, I don't have any features.
Okay.
I thought about that.
That's a good way to come back. I like it.
It's no features because I figure I'm maybe one. There's one. I have there's actually a rabbi that's Hazan. He's my Rabbi Benzikin, Simon Benzikin. That's probably the only feature I have on there on the whole entire record that I can think of. Oh, one more. I'm sorry. I can't believe I did this. These guys are gonna shoot me. Also got a record with the group called Bonham. Bonham. Bone Home.
Bone Home?
Like that. You know what? The name is just so I don't even like saying it because I don't know
how does that fit?
Bonhom. Okay. My mouth could get me in trouble if I'm saying things because I say things naively, and so Bonham maybe. We'll call him Bonham. Anyways, D1 airs from Shim Speed and James Coleman on probably what's going to be the first single for the record.
All right, dope.
For now, yeah.
All right, well, dope. It's been great talking to you, man.
No, likewise.
Yeah, definitely welcome you back to the game as Nissim, back here in the Northwest scene.
Yes.
All right, man. We're gonna hit off to this next song right here. We're gonna take it to Florida. Bishop and Mercy. It's called Skyline.
Let it go, let it push, make it throw, and watch it ricochet.